Hello, third grade. This is take 2, my first video. I was doing the wrong sheet. So this is lesson 27, the homework page for module 7. There is no paper in your packet. The printer jammed. So you need to be doing this on Zern. That's why it was important at the beginning of the week when I told you to catch up on your Zern lessons. Otherwise, some people are going to be sitting there and doing multiple lessons of Zern, and that will not be fun. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label. I wonder if I can scroll down and see all my. No, okay, we're going to have to do that one by itself. I'm going to label all the side links. I'm going to go over the sheet just like if you would have it, and I'm even going to give you the answers. This is a square. So each side is 6. And this is also a square. So if we know one side, then we know each side is 5. We know in rectangles that the opposite sides are the same length. So if this is 8, then this is 8. And if that's 4, then this is 4. And if this is 1, then that's 1. And if that side's 11, that's 11. And if this is 8, then this is 8. And if this side is 2, then this side is 2. We need to do the perimeter and the area. So I am going to do the math in my head. I'm just going to talk it out. And I will just put what the perimeter is and what the area is in each one. So for perimeter, we need to add. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. And when we add all of that together, we get 24 because 6 plus 6 is 12 and 12 plus 12 is 24. Remember, when we do the area, we are multiplying. So we're going to multiply the width times the length. So 6 times 6. And it is 36. If I had enough room, I would write centimeters squared because that is what you need to do when you multiply. Since we did this square, I'll just go to D. I'm not going to do it in order. I'm just going to move around. This is a square, so the same thing. We are going to add to get the perimeter, multiply to get the area. I move those in different areas, so I planned on putting them perimeter than area. So we need to add 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. And when you add 5, pardon my cat, 4 times, you get 20. I should do that down here. That's where the perimeter is. When we multiply, you need to multiply 5 times 5. So you could skip count by 5s if you did not know your 5s. And then you would get 25 centimeters squared. I'm going to do the perimeter and the area. So for the perimeter, we need to add 4 plus 8 plus 4 plus 8. And when we do that, we would get 24 centimeters. For the area, we multiply the width times the length. So the width times the length is 4 times 8. And that is 32 centimeters squared. Just writing the 32 because it would take me forever to write 32 centimeters squared on my computer. So we will go to E. We'll do perimeter and then area. So for perimeter, we're going to add 8 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2. So I like to make tens, and I know that 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 plus 10 is 20, and that is the perimeter. When I add, I always like to make tens. It seems like it just makes it easier. It's a strategy I learned a long time ago. For the area, you are multiplying the width times the length. So 2 times 8 is 16 centimeters squared. There's not enough room to write the area and perimeter in this rectangle, so I'm just going to kind of do it off to the side. So the perimeter, we're going to add 11 plus 1 plus 11 plus 1. And when we do that, we get 24 centimeters. And then the area, we're just going to multiply the length times the width, or the width times the length, and 11 times 1 is 11 centimeters squared. So we'll add our lengths and widths on rectangle F. We had 6 and 4. We'll do the perimeter and area just like the other ones. So for the perimeter, we're going to add 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 because we're adding all the sides together. And when we add all of those sides together, we get 20 because 6 plus 4 is 10 and 10 plus 10 is 20. Maybe the people that wrote this like adding to 10 too. To get the area, you are going to multiply your width times your length. So 6 times 4, or 4 times 6, is 24. You could have skip counted by 4s or 6s. Either way would get you the correct answer. Okay. This says, it says to record it down here. Well, I recorded it up there. I should have followed directions. Probably better that I did it up there because then I would have had to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So what do you notice about the perimeters of rectangles A, B, and C? Well, we're going to go back and forth. Rectangle A, the perimeter is 24, B, 24, C, 24. What do I notice? They have the same perimeter. That's what I would write if I wrote a complete sentence, but this is difficult to write, so I'm just going to write same perimeter up here for 2. I scrolled a little too far. And I'm going to put PER for perimeter. Let me erase number 3 because it might not be the same. Number 3, what do you notice about the perimeters of D, E, and F? Okay, so D, the perimeter is 20, E, the perimeter is 20, and F, the perimeter is 20. So they were the same too. I could have left that same there. Same perimeter. Which 2 are squares? Which square has the greater perimeter? So the 2 that are squares, so A and D, and I'm going to write it just underneath the question. And then over here it says which square has the greater perimeter? I just remembered it was A and D, but if you don't remember, you would go back to this sheet, and there's A and D. They're both squares. Which one has the greater? Is it perimeter or area? Which has the greater perimeter? Okay. I was trying to get area for a minute, but I should have stuck with perimeter. The greater perimeter. So the perimeter for A is 24, and the perimeter for D is 25. Oh, wait, 20. I have it in the wrong spot. So 24 for A and 20 for D. So the one with the greater perimeter is A. So I'm just going to write A under that question. If I was in school, I would be writing this in a complete sentence. So I would write, for the first question, the two rectangles are A and D. And for the second question, I would write, the square with the greater perimeter is square A. So this is lesson 27, and I will upload it so everybody can see it, and hopefully it will help them when they work on Zern. Bye, third grade.